to the LR Invitational event. My name is LR Delta, and I am going to be your main commentator. And I am here also with LR Bren. Hello, Bren. Yeah, 100%. This is the first round of the LR event. It is a six race event, is it? Six races? Five. Yeah, so we're starting off at France. Very good track to start us off for the event. You got any people that you're rooting out for? Obviously we're a Livid team all the way, but is there anyone that you think that could pose a threat for this race that you can see some potential pace? Is there anyone you see? They're a very strong team, so we'll have to watch out for them. A couple of the drivers are on the outlaps, so we'll see. But a couple of messages went into the chat, so we'll check them just really quickly. But if you see anyone on their lap, Bren, just tell me and I will go on board with them. But Brent, someone said that they can't hear you. Wait a minute. Yeah, your voice isn't actually there for some reason. Is it on?
It is on.
Right, okay, so which driver, sorry, I had to just check something really quickly.
ESW Colin R. Mason. Esports.
Right. There's actually a couple of drivers on their laps right now, so we've got a couple of people to watch. Which driver is closer to the line, did you say? Again? Just keep an eye on the stream, so sorry if I'm
One who's so far the furthest on his lap is Colin, but behind him is Lampath 1.
Alright, so we'll go on board
in the
with him.
Renault.
Oh, he's got his teammate right there as well. So can the stream hear him? Okay, yeah, Leon Bentley said now I can hear him. Okay, fantastic. Right. So that's good. We've gotten all the little errors out of the way. We've got the account signed in, so we should be completely fine. But any thoughts about this track, Bryn?
It's a very flowing track. It's been designed very well. But the main problem is this track suffers from a lot of DRS trains. So we could see a big DRS train in this race if it's that close.
Yeah, 100%. We've got 22 people in the stream. A few drivers rooting on for TTG. So we've got a lot of there's a lot of strong teams. We can all agree with that. There's a lot of strong pace with this grid. So, like you did say, we'll see who comes on top for tonight's race. Is the fastest lap from ESW_Colin R. Mason with a 129.110. That's the first lap of the qualifying. 13 minutes left, so we'll see who can go for that. Couple drivers, CGT Androa, if my pronunciation was right, he set a 127.8 in the pole lap from FRL Young Power with a 127.3. So, Brent, you got any knowledge on good laps and decent-ish laps around here?
Well, from knowledge, I know that Lamb_F1 has been doing 26.7s in practice earlier.
Wow, but we've got
so
him.
He's going to be one to watch. As we see, Andreas has gone second with a 27.451.
Fantastic in the racing point. Right, but I have got it in now, so here we go. Right, so I can tell now the drivers who's who. Ivor Bren with a 129.5. Good luck from him. Puts him 8th.
Notice how both Esports Wales drivers are in 8th and 9th right now.
Yeah. Always went back into the pits. Just trying to keep an eye, see if we can get everyone and see who is closest to the line.
V8 Field has just said good teamwork from their two Renaults. Agreed. Both giving each other slipstream. Worked perfectly for them.
Yes,
Let's see how much time this will get him. 26.655.
Not bad. So you said that Lamp F1 is one to look out for, so we'll have to keep an eye on him when he comes onto his lap.
Can I just quickly comment? Greeny has got a 27.251.
Oh wow, that completely popped in there.
He's taken it pole.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Sorry, I was reading the chat because a bunch of messages were just flying in. I don't want to pay too much attention to it, but I think it's just a lot of the other drivers just supporting their fellow team. A couple of drivers pulling into the pits.
VRT Benjamin is currently on a lap right now.
Yeah, we'll stay on board with him. So the weather, is that on custom or is it on dynamic? Just to keep
It is on dynamic.
Right. Because I don't know why, but I completely this track can be wet, but we haven't had any comments of it being wet, so a wet race could pretty much spice this up.
It would very nicely.
It's Big VRT Benjamin with the pole lap on 127 flat. Very good lap from him. For the VRT driver. Just trying to see if there's anyone else. A fraction of the drivers are in the pits, but we have World Rally 1992. He's pulling into the pits.
Currently, Lamp F1 is on an out lap. Most people seem to be on an in lap right now, so he might be the one driver to watch.
Yeah, because we don't. This time I'll actually keep an eye on him just in case if he jumps up the positions. But we have 37 people watching, so that's a very big number of people watching. So, welcome to the stream.
Wilson is in the chat. Hello, Wilson. We got the goat.
Hello, Wilson. Right. Just keeping an eye on Will right now. Even though he's on his alt lap, he is probably the closest to the line. Hi, whoever that is. Oh, that is Bryn Evans, PB Racing, Wilson.
Or LR Bryn, as I am.
LR Bryn, yes. Right, so a couple of the drivers have already just started their out laps, so we've got 9 minutes left of the quality. So we'll see how Lamp can do.
CRG Sparks, aka Wilson. Ah, I see. Right, as he's taking the best run out the final corner.
Right, so we'll see how he can do on his lap. Now putting it into hot lap, so we'll see where he can go, because he is the one driver you said that we should keep an eye on. So he's coming through to turn 1 to 2 now. A little bit of snap there of understeer coming on the exit, but he's still got a lot more. Hello Jordan, welcome to the stream. You're not racing here, Jordan, as your pedals did kind of die on you, but that's unfortunate.
As the Renaults giving each other slipstream again, working very well for them.
Yeah, 100%. They've got some good teamwork. I saw them doing this before they were testing it, but has he got out at the right moment? Yes, he has. Hasn't suffered an invalidation just yet. Coming through to turn 9, then now on the exit. You want to use a little bit of the exit curb, but you don't want to use too much to the point that it goes invalid. But he's coming onto the flying right-hander now, the very long right-hander. This is the one part that you can find a lot of time coming up to. But he's looking like he's on a pretty solid lap now, so we'll see where he can go. Is there any drivers that you've seen set laps that they've jumped up the position yet, Bryn, that I've missed while on board?
Not so far. Most people have just come off of an alt lap and are starting a lap now.
He's coming up to turn 15 now, using the wide line as much as possible, enabling the DRS, not moving the car too much, and he sets second with a 127 flat. So they're very close, under a 10, 62 hundredths of a second between Lamp, M&T Lamp and VRT Benjamin. So that's probably going to be annoying Lamp just a little bit, considering the fact he's only just under a tenth off him. What are your thoughts on that?
It's going to be very, being that close. you know, you could have gone better, but I don't know what to say, honestly.
Especially with the slipstream as well, you would have reckoned you would have found even more extra time for that, but
Yes.
TTG Venoms he's pulling into the pits. I did actually think he was on a lap there, but World Rally, I'm guessing he's the M&T driver, but he's on his lap, he's a 10th up. I think he got a slipstream off his teammate this time. His P, he had to get, oh right, okay, so a little information, he had to get out a little bit of, he got a little bit of dirty air, because Rally was a little bit late to get out. Oh, interesting, his personal best is a 26.7. Interesting.
Yes, I did say that at the start of the stream.
Yeah, so
After talking to him before this event.
So we've got M&T Rally. Come on to turn 15 now. I get the worst camera angle possible. But he's going to cross the line. What lap is he going to set? He's going to set 4th of a 127.4. Sorry, 127.1. Sorry, a little bit of a complete timing difference there. But solid lap for him. I'm just trying to see. We do have CGT Lars coming on to the last corner now. A little bit of a lock up there from him, as the assists are restricted because this is a no assist event. So we'll see what lap he can set. Coming across the line, he sets a 127.2, putting him 5th, just in front of the Ferrari driver, Greeny. Also a little bit of teamwork there between both of the Ferraris. So we'll keep an on board of CC Bryn.
As Riley has just asked in the chat, expectations from the commentators? Delta, any expectations?
I'm expecting a lot of close battles, especially between these drivers. I'm expecting a lot of battles, but I'm not expecting too much carnage from the drivers as they are very experienced. So you're not going to be expecting any lackluster moments between any of them. But this track is just overtake central. There's a lot of overtaking places, especially that long DRS. So yeah, I'm expecting a lot of battles and a lot of really nice overtakes. What about you, Bryn?
Yeah, I'm expecting battles, but more likely I'm thinking there's going to be a DRS train happen because it's so common round here that I do think it might happen.
Ooh, S2V Academy is set on 128.1 for his lap. Just trying to see, we have LR Amazing Hour. I think he's just saving his ERS to go for a lap. Do have VRT Benjamin on his lap, so he's going to hope to improve. There's a yellow flag, but I think that might just be the glitch. Just trying to see if anyone's closer to the line right now. Most of the people are just sitting on their out lap, they're in laps now, so who's closest to the line that you can see, Bryn?
Hold on, I see a Mercedes is... No, he's on his in-lap. There
was a couple drivers that were on the map there, but they just disappeared. Right. It is indeed, okay, S2V Academy. Okay, it's him, but he's backing out his lap again. There's a yellow flag that keeps popping up, but we'll see if he's doing his lap. No, he's not. We do have VRT Benjamin. Is he gonna do his lap? No, he pulls out. Not too sure if he was up on his time. A couple of the drivers have got 2 minutes to go, so a few of the drivers are gonna want to get out as quick as possible and do their lap. But TTG Venoms, he's on his lap. Hopefully he doesn't pull into the pits, and he does. So I think most of the drivers are just getting ready to get out, but
IFR Ace is about to start his lap. He's now heading down the main straight towards the start-finish line. Might want to go on board with him.
Yeah, I'm watching him now. So do you want to give any of the viewers watching any facts about this track that like you don't want to do and what you want to try more focus on for this track? Like any particular advice that you've got about this track, if you get what I mean?
you want to keep the car's momentum up through the corners, because that's the problem with this track. You don't want to let the revs get too low, because you want to carry the speed through the corners, and you also want to try and have a lower downforce, because down the straight, of course, I know it's not the longest of straights, but you can gain a lot of time from them.
Yeah, 100%. It's got a lot of runoffs, but I'm not too sure about the penalties around here though. I don't know if they're a bit. I don't know if they just fly in, but hopefully this race will be a good one. But we've got 47 people watching, so welcome. What were you gonna say, Bryn? 'Cause you sound like
This is my problem with tracks nowadays, like that are designed in these modern eras, is they've got too much runoff. The edge of the track should be just grass. That's my personal opinion, grass or gravel. But
yeah,
they've got to make the track safer. But in my opinion, having gravel straight on the edge is safer.
Yeah, 100%. It just makes it that there's not going to be any like major DNS. But IFR Ace coming across the line, using as much of that line as possible, and he sets on 127.6, putting himself 13th. Good luck from him. Just trying to see. We have Lamp F1 coming through 2 attempts up on his lap, so he is going to be the one that we're going to watch, because Viotti Benjamin's on his alt lap though, coming into the DRS, but Lamp is the one to watch. So let's see if he can come up to expectations and prove to the people that he's one to look out for. So his
That was
personal
close.
best. Ooh. Yeah, it's very close between them. He's looking like he's on a pretty solid lap, coming for turn 13. Sorry, 15. But they messed the corners up there. This could be a pole lap from the driver right now. And it says pole. 26.8. So he clears himself into the pole position right now by a tenth. Almost 2 tenths. So I'm just gonna see a couple of the drivers are still on the lap, so we're gonna have to keep watching a couple of the drivers. But any comments on that pole lap? Do you think that's gonna get beaten, Bryn?
It's going to be tight, because I feel that Benjamin and a few other drivers on the grid could improve, but I felt he might have it.
Sorry, continue.
Unless he can beat it, it's going to be a fine line.
Oh, the drivers are doing that slipstream momentum as well, yet again. Oh, Lamp did it for M&T Rally there, so that's very interesting. He's sitting 4th right now. He's half a tenth up on his lap. He's got a lot of ERS still, so that's what he can set. Keep an eye on Benjamin as well though, but he's
1.7 tenths up.
Oh, he's trying to get a slipstream off Pat. Has it worked?
He's too close.
Yeah, he's way too close, so all he's going to be getting is a little bit dirtier there from Pat. So he's not got as much momentum as M&T Rally actually went off. He got invalid coming through turn 13. He tapped that little sticky out curb and he just lost it. But good save from him though, he's still in the qualifying.
I just want to quickly comment on VRT Benjamin. At the end of Sector 1, he actually goes off track and then comes back on. He does not get an invalidation, but exceeding the track limits there to try and gain as much time as possible.
He's actually 2 attempts up, so this is going to be very, very close between them. As FRL Young Power for 126.9. Now TTG Venoms 126.9. So yeah, what were you saying? Sorry.
I will comment that VRT Benjamin, unlike Lamp, did actually go off track to gain time and did not get invalid. So
interesting. What's he gonna say? He says pole 126.826. So 12 hundredths of a second between Lamp and Benjamin. Very, very, very close between them both. So that's actually very, very interesting. So Lamp got a slipstream. Benjamin found a way to exceed a little bit of the limits to get his time. So very, very solid qualifying. I must comment on that. Very solid qualifying from the drivers. But
I'm going to comment that Ruben and Young Power, their tyres, unlike everybody else, are 2 laps old according to my data. So their tyres may be slightly more worn than the others. it might be just a timing glitch, but if so, that might cost him in the race.
Yeah, 100%. But it's not looking like a good day for the ASW drivers. You've got Colin and Ivor sitting in 18th and 19th. You've got CC Brain in 16th. So very interesting. You've got a VRT driver, an MNT driver, and an FRL driver in the top three. So it's gonna be very interesting.
As Shap has commented, pizza eating goat in third. Leon Bentley, I like that pole position. I bet you do, Leon.
100%. It's a very solid qualifying for your driver. But 46 people watching. Very good. Any comments on how you feel about the race coming up?
With all drivers, you could see that the top 10 most likely will start on the hard or the medium compound of tyres, trying to do the reverse strategy, because the softs do wear out very quick around this track. It's a very high deg track, so we could see a lot of things happen in this race.
100%. CRG Sparks says extending track limits, question mark, is that allowed? I'm not really going to comment on it because I'm not too sure, but I'm going to run you guys through the grid of the event for the qualifying. So I'm going to do I'm going to do 10 people and then you'll do the rest, Brent. So we have VRT Benjamin, M&T Lamp, FRL Young Power, TTG Venoms, LR Amazing Hour, CGT Lars, M&T Rally, LR Andreas, CGT Androa, FRL Terror Racer. Then you take the rest, Brent.
Then taken outside the top 10, we have S2V Academy Ruben. We have in 12th we have S2V Academy Fenny. So they are two S2V drivers in 11th and 12th. And in 13th we have IFR Ace. 14th we have TTG Guernsey. And as the list is taken away from me,
I can finish the other ones off for you. So you got to 14th, yeah?
Yes, I did.
Oh, it actually just completely ended. I didn't actually realise that. I was wondering why you just paused there completely, but
the race is quite dark.
oh, that's actually very interesting. Yeah, 100%. So you got to IFRA. So it's TTG Guernsey, VRT Pat, CC Brain, IFR, and then the ESW drivers, 18th and 19th. So that's the grid. Very solid qualifying for most of the drivers. So the team manager's going to be very pleased with a VRT driver on pole.
Ooh, news from VRT, from Leon Bentley saying about VRT Pat. Pat went out on the same tyres again.
Oh,
interesting.
Oh, accidentally maybe then. He was just trying to get himself out the pitch just as quick as possible, and he didn't remember to change the tyre compound, so...
Also, Sam Gamer Official has commented perhaps some rain later. Could be interesting because it's very overcast conditions. Paul Ricard does have a tendency at times in this game to rain, so we'll have to wait out and see, won't we?
100%. V8 Field, the MNT manager saying to everyone, best of luck. Good luck to all of you drivers if you're watching the stream, and have a very good race. Obviously, me and you, Brent, will have a fantastic race because it's a very strong grid, very strong drivers, a lot of pace in this grid, so it's going to be very exciting for me and you to commentate over these drivers. Are you excited?
Yep, and V8 Field is putting lobby RIP in the session, in the chat, saying RIP lobby, and I think there might be a lobby glitch.
See, that's the one thing, because it was looking like it was on a glitch for the qualifying.
Yes,
It was stuck on 1 second.
TTG Guernsey for me kept mid-track, was in the pit lane with a pit limiter on, but yet he was coming through sector 3.
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes there's...
Right, I am gonna go and create a new lobby.
So how would I get out of this lobby without ending the stream?
You will have to restart the stream.
Well, I'll need confirmation just in case, because if some person, whoever it is, if you're there and you've got like a glitch, if you could leave and close your app, and then we'll do a restart for that driver.
I will say that TTG, whatever the guy, what's it called? I can't remember his name. It starts with G, not Venom. he was glitching for me. He was driving through Sector 3 and his pit limiter was on.
Yeah, but 47 people. Wow, welcome.
We might need everybody to leave so we don't have to stop the stream and then we'll just invite them back.
Yeah, because I would
Don't
not
know
want to end the
yet.
stream, but it'll be interesting though because you don't want to mess with the weather, but a couple of drivers are leaving, so hopefully one of them do leave and it is actually that, in fact, that driver, so we can figure out. And yeah, we're not stopping the stream, McCrew. Do not worry. Do not worry, mate. We're just gonna. It's just a little bump. It happens with this game. Guernsey was going backwards up at the pit lane at one point.
Yes, and going through Sector 3 he had his pit limiter on. So it might be the TTG driver that has glitched the lobby.
Not looking like a good start for the TTG driver though, having a little bit of internet problems, but that will mean that drivers will be on the fresh tires, so maybe it wasn't too bad for Pat after all.
But hopefully the drivers do stick to their tyre compounds.
Oh yeah.
As we now see, Amazing Hour has left the session. We should see other drivers now start leaving as it looks like we're going to have to restart and do a custom grid.
Yeah, it's not looking too good, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the content for the qualifying, but we will get into the race very shortly. But yeah, not the greatest start to the event, but it's fixed. It's fixed.
As Greeny has left the session and it's fixed.
So I think it will still be a restart though, won't it?
Yep. Guernsey has left the session.
Right,
It
so
will
you
still
just,
be. Oh my god, there's cars in the background that are having an absolute. That was not PG for me.
So if you can try fix that while everyone leaves, that'll be fantastic.
Yep.
But
What we need right now is we need everybody to leave. So I am going
if
to
you
leave
do
the
have
lobby.
if you do have a custom list, then you can just invite everyone. I'll
Yep,
just stay in
I
this
am
lobby.
just currently right now getting up the results for qualifying so I can, once everybody's in, put the correct places for everybody.
Wait, so Greeny came last in the qualifier?
He was disqualified.
Oh right, okay, so if there's a very interesting grid, I was just looking at it there, just making sure I did get right, so yeah, it was correct. But just send me an invite when you are ready, but do not go anywhere. Anyone, the stream is completely fine. It's just a lobby. But it's just occasional bug masters at the finished. But yeah, we're still doing well. Right, have you sent me an invite?
Oh, right now.
Right. Sweet. So I will send you a photo of the grid so then you have that on your screen. Yeah, we will be restarting the, not the stream, but we'll be restarting the, let me just leave. Let me take a photo first of all, just for the Bryn. But it's always good to get these errors out of the way before we're actually midway through the race, because you don't want that. Especially halfway through, that would have been worse as well, but
It would have been.
yeah, but I'm gonna leave the lobby though. 102 comments and 40 people, so we have lost a couple people, but don't go anywhere though if you're still here. We're just doing a restart. Just the game is doing its usual, just breaking at the worst points, even during an event. It has to break, so not the best, but what can you do? I've sent you the grid, so once everyone gets in.
Yep, thank you. As it was overcast, can somebody tell me what the conditions were, as I cannot see them?
Yeah, we'll ask that. And also, everyone, remember the tires that that you were on for the quali. Use them. Yeah, I'll just ask them then now. I'll ask an LR driver if they know what the weather was. So once we get that sorted out, we can just get straight back into the action. But a couple of drivers putting some messages in. Sorry for sounding a bit ill there. Just need a drink. Overcast, I believe. Yeah, so it was literally just overcast. I don't think there was any.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it was actually rain at all. I think it was just a bit dark. It's a little bit chilly. Right.
I'm trying to be as quick as I can with this.
Weather was all dry, thank you, Leon. Dry race all the way. Fully overcast. Right. Appreciate it. Not the greatest start, like I said. Gotta love Cody's 100% McCrae. I can 100% agree with you with that. It's just track is showing as Australia. Yeah, Bryn's just setting up the lobby right now. So once he's done that, right, I've got an invite to the lobby. But yeah, it says Australia right now, but we will change it to the track that it's meant to be. Just once I've got the settings out and over on the way. Almost stuck it in a car there. Wow. Right, respect it.
Changes.
So have you got the grid that I sent you?
Yes, I have. I am just, what's it called? Sorting out the settings.
This makes it more interesting though.
We are waiting on one driver to join back.
Who's that?
Oh, here he is. He is just not in a car. That is the problem. We need CGT Androa to. So I need to set the weather to overcast. So let's just run through the grid. So we had Benjamin, Lamp F1, FRL Young Power, TTG Venom, LR Amazing Hour, CGT Lars, World Rally, LR Andrea, CGT Andrea, FRL Terror Racer, S2V Academy Ruben, Fenny, IFR Ace, TTG Gulrasi, BRT Pat, CC Brain, IFR TTG, Colin R Mason, Ivor Bryn Mike, followed by Greeny LFC. Settings are all correct. I think we are ready to go. Delta, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I was just sorting something, but yes, I am there.
I think we shall be ready to go if all drivers can ready up.
I'm in spectator, yeah. Just making sure.
Just to sort things out, your mic is not sounding right good. It sounds like it's muting constantly.
Am I here now?
Yep, that is fixed.
Right, sweet.
As Delta has already said, can you please tell the drivers if you're in a party with them, or if they are in fact watching the stream, please start on the tyres you were meant that you qualified on, unless you are outside the top 10. If you're inside the top 10, please start on the softs. If you are outside, you can start on whatever tyres you want. Thank you. I will be 1 second.
I will have my mic on mute, so you will have to talk to the stream for just 1 minute. I am back now. It's completely fixed. Just sorting out some parts of the stream. Bren, are you there?
Yep, sorry, just had to sort out a quick issue.
Yeah, I just sorted out an issue right there. That's why. What's with your mic delta? Is it fine now?
Yep, your mic is perfectly fine, as we have lost some viewers since, but we are now up and running. Hopefully we can get back up to the 48 viewers, but 30 is still a lot, as your mic has started making some noises again.
Right, is it fine though? Because I'm just trying to figure out what with the mic. It might just be like a little loose wire. I'm just trying to keep an eye on it right now. Right. Right, is it fine? So I'll just keep it here, it'll be fine. But if it does happen again, just make sure to tell me.
I will.
So then just instantly I'll just mute it on point. But we'll run through the grids because we kind of failed it last time. So I'll do the first 10. So starting off, we have VRT Bryn. Not Bryn. Oh my gosh. VRT Ben. We have VRT Benjamin, M&T Lamp, FRL Young Power, TTG Venoms, LR Amazing Hours, CGT Lars, World M&T Rally, LR Andreas, CGT Andrua, and FRL Terror Racer. Take the other 10, Bryn.
Yep, we'll do now, but V8 Field has just asked, can we see the tyres, so can you please sort that out, and now we'll now run through the outside the top 10. So we do have S2V Academy Ruben and S2V Academy Fenny taken 11th and 12th. 13th to 14th is taken up by IFR Ace and TTG Gursey. How do you pronounce that? Gursey. Then we have 15th and 16th VRT Pat and the CC Brain. 17th and 18th we have IFR Rally JT and ESW Colin R Mason. And then rounding up the rest of the grid we have ESW Ivor Brim Mike and Greeny LFC. Just to comment on the tyres though, everyone inside the top 10 has stuck to their soft compound, but outside top 10 it's very mixed. So we do have 7 drivers starting on the medium compound, but then we also have 3, Greeny, CC Brain and VRT Pat, all starting on the hard compound of tyres.
Yeah, let's hope this race is a very good one and it will be in the books, but it is France, so it is bound to have a lot of entertainment involved in it. Do have the drivers lining up on the grid, so just waiting on the rest of them, but
just we'll say right now, the Haas drivers and the Ferrari at the back was not very PG. As Greeny has just lined up, so lights out will be now.
Right. So we have a little light glitch, but the lights aren't there, but we're just gonna have to wait until the lights go out. So I would assume it's 5 red lights right now, and away we go to the LR Invitational event. Good start from VRT Benjamin, as he is the leading car. Any other battles coming up through the mid pack? Can you see anything, Bryn, at all? Because it looks like everyone's just came out very smooth.
Very side by side. Oh, as we had Greeny off track then.
Yeah, there's a lot of runoffs, so the drivers will be completely fine, but there's a side-by-side battle between LR Amazing Hour and M&T Rally coming through side-by-side, coming up to turn 6 now. Just keeping an eye on the timings, just to see if it's fixed, but good start from Benjamin, as he is the leading car right now. Not too many drivers eager for a move just yet, but any comments on that start, Bryn? Do you say that's a very solid start?
It was a very solid start, but I'd also like to comment on Greeny, who has gone from 20th to 16th within the first sector. A very good start from him on them hard compound.
There's a lot of side-by-side action. We do have, I think that was Pat getting a little bit eager to go attacking onto TTG Guernsey. Guernsey. Yes. Just selecting for the drivers just to keep an eye, see if anything's happening. But it is only lap 1, so it's not, you're not expecting too much battle, but I will assume that there will be a lot more action when the DRS is brought into the mix. But we do have S2V of Academy on turn 15. He's right on the back of VRT Pat, the AlphaTauri driver. There's not that much actually going on right now. The drivers have been very, very patient. It's lap 2, so we are expecting a couple of battles happening soon. But we do have a driver who's pit, for Rally. He's got wing damage, I think. Yeah, he's got wing damage. Where did he qualify? He qualified. I'm not too sure where he actually qualified, but he's stuck into the pit lane, sticking on the fresh hards. But Bruno, are you there?
Yes, I am there. I've just been thinking that was a very brave move to go into the hards, because he is not going to be able to take them to the end at all. Unless he's hoping for a safety car where he can maybe pit in again later on to go onto a medium compound, or even late on in the race for the softs. But that is a very bold move, because they will not go to the end.
All the drivers are almost burning almost the exact same ERS, so that's why you're not really seeing any of like overtakes just yet. But the position changes have actually stayed exactly where they are. There's only a couple drivers that have went up just like 1 or 2 positions up. But Greeny though, he's went up 4 positions.
Yes,
so.
Greeny just had a look at Fenny going round into the corner before we head into the final 2 corners. That Ferrari right over the back of the Mercedes, touching him a bit, getting a bit of contact on there for me.
Yeah, a little bit eager on the power there, but DRS are now enabled, so this is going to be the lap when we're expecting a lot of battles. We have Greeny coming up to turn 1. Is he going to send it on S2V Academy? And he doesn't. Just stuck his nose out at the wrong time there, but still have to be patient and wait for that DRS. But we will focus on the front pack though, as they're going to be the first onto the DRS. So we'll see if Lamp F1 could possibly get a good overtake on VRT Benjamin on the DRS. So the gap is in fact 6 to 7 tenths, but I think he's still a bit too far back. Do you see anyone looking like they're close to getting an overtake on anyone?
I'm just watching Greeny right now, but he's not burning any ERS, so I don't think he's going to be going for a move anytime soon. But Terra Racer's only within 6 tenths of DGT Andrea sort of thing. So that could be quite, if he managed to catch it. And Andreas is on the back of MNT Rally right now.
So we'll keep an eye on him.
Lamp has caught up to VRT Benjamin. That could be one to watch for the lead between a VRT and an MNT driver.
Yeah, he has burned a lot of ERS though. But Lamp's conserving it though, he's in his 60s and Benjamin's on his 40s, so I think what Lamp's game plan here is just stay composed, stay back, just grab the slipstream and DRS, and then when he notices that Benjamin's starting to derate off the power, then that's when he can go for his attack. Right now it's still very early, so you don't want to send a little bit too much of an eager move right now. It's only lap 4, but it's looking like a pretty solid start though, 4 laps in. But not too much action though between them, but
no.
I'll assume that there will be a couple overtakes, as we're talking about.
It'll be good to watch on with Vini right now. He is right over the back of VRT Pat.
Alright, yeah. So we'll see if he can secure an overtake with the DRS. Sorry, I had it on leader there, but he's got the momentum. Is he going to send it? Coming through side by side for the chicane, and he's almost lost it there. A little bit wheel banging there. Coming through turn 9. But he's still got a couple more chances though.
Watch out, will Lamp F1 get past Benjamin? Very close between the two.
There is the gap between Benjamin and Pat. It's just a tenth now, so he's getting very close to Pat, the S2V driver. The gap's
Andreas
kind of
and MNT Rally are very close as well. We'll say that now.
Yeah, 4-way train, 5-way train almost if you include the other AlphaTauri, the CGT Androa. But like you did predict though, or well, like you did just say, it's just a DRS train this track, so we were expecting a DRS train, but I would love to see some juicy overtakes though.
I would. We'll say that LR Andreas has actually burned quite a lot of ERS. And also, just to note for tyre wear, the tyre wear is very bad on this track. So you could see that if you notice that the medium drivers are catching up to the soft drivers, is because these tyres, once they get to the point of dying, they just fall straight off the cliff. And I learnt that lesson. So
yeah, 100%. This track's pretty mixed when it comes to the tyre wear, but it's looking just like
also,
almost like a DRS train. We're just gonna have to wait for a few of the drivers to just burn a little bit too much ERS. But what were you gonna
can
go
I
into?
just comment
Yeah.
that Daniel has asked, please can you keep tyres and the telemetry on?
Alright, yeah. Sorry, I turned that off accidentally through when we were running through to the formation lap. But yeah, I'll keep that on now. Oh right, tires. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I completely forgot that. But yep. Lap F1, still on P2 now. There is like a 5-way train going on, but the one driver I can see who's burning the most ERS to get past, which you don't want to burn too much ERS just to push to get near someone, but he's on his 8s to 7s right now of ERS, so not looking like the best, but the crew's motivating his driver, Andreas, and no problem, Daniel. Right.
Just to comment on, VRT Benjamin has got 54%
Oh, 3
of his
seconds.
ERS. Oh, Iverbrin might with a 3-second time penalty. Lamp is quite close and he's got 20% more ERS than Benjamin. But he is still conserving.
Look at that train though, wow. Between this train starts at F4L Young Power and then it just ends to the end of CGT Androa. That's where it ends off with, but they're saving the ERS very well, but it's not looking too good for us as commentators. There's not much to action to comment on for, but still a good fraction of the race left. Obviously when they come into the pit window, that'll be the most interesting thing, seeing the mixed strategies that they do. Top 10 are still on the softs, and then you've got the rest of the drivers on mediums to maybe mixed hards. Anything you want to comment on between Lamp and Benjamin? Do you feel like Lamp has that pace, or do you think he's just pacing himself and just sticking behind the DRS? Do you think he's got the capability of passing?
He does have the capability of passing, very much so, but I do feel right now all he's going to do is conserve his battery, as Benjamin has got almost 20% less battery percentage than Lamp. But I will say, just looking through the corners, Lamp is a lot less, bit more skittish, but Benjamin's like, it shows that Benjamin might be running a higher downforce setup than Lamp, because Lamp does majorly catch up down the straight when not using the ERS as well, just using the DRS.
Something we also just did miss out there, I don't want to interrupt you, but the other Renault driver, M&T Rally, is stuck on the hards, lap 7, so we are coming round to the pit window right now, so the drivers would, I think they'd be sticking on the hards. I wouldn't guess that they'd stick on mediums.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure if the mediums could last.
You cannot one-stop the mediums. They'll most likely be in the one-stop from the soft to the hards, and the medium drivers and the hard drivers will most likely be either doing the medium-hard strategy or going hard to soft.
Yeah, it's looking like a very interesting race with the pit and the gaps as well. The gaps are very close, so even though we've not got that much overtakes, it'll be interesting to see how many people do stick it in the pits and then who gets out ahead of each other. But a very close grid. This was what we were expecting, a very close grid. The only two drivers that are having a very upsetting race is the ESW drivers, Colin and Ivor, still 17th and 18th.
Oh, Lamp just went into the back of Benjamin and lost his end plate. Did he just not stop the car in time, or did Benjamin brake early and did he not anticipate it? That will be a front wing change for the Renault.
Oh, that's completely messed him up, but sticking on the hards though, it's unfortunate for Lamp. So we'll see who's staying out. We've got TTG Venoms in the provisional P1 right now, just for now, and then obviously he will need to pit, but a couple of drivers haven't pitted yet, but drivers that have boxed are F4L, Young Power, Andreas, CGT Lars and Lamp, obviously suffering the wing damage earlier when he was coming into pits. But do you want to make a comment on that, Brendan? Because I did actually just miss it. I just got to it when it happened.
What it looked like is that as the drivers were coming in, Benjamin left it quite late. Well, no, not Benjamin. Lamp left it quite late.
Oh, we do have a
And
move. We did have a move there. S2V
Ruben.
Academy. Ruben, yeah, I'll just call him S2V Ruben. But he got a very fantastic move. He got the good slipstream off TTG Guernsey and got it done on coming through the chicane through turn 9. So very smooth overtake though, but doesn't even look like the drivers are that much closer. We've got a nice freeway battle here for 6th. IFR Ace and VRT Pat. There's another overtake between Greeny on S2V Academy. So Greeny looking like he's got another pace, and
Just
IFR
like to comment on the 3 second. Yeah, I was just going to comment on the 3 second time penalty. But just to carry on with what I was saying about Lamp F1, is that he went to brake quite late. Didn't expect Benjamin to brake that early. It looked like he went into the back of him. He may not have done it on purpose, but it might have been. I don't think it was. It's just an accident, but it's one of these things that happen. You just don't anticipate these things.
Yeah, so 4 drivers sticking into the pits: Venoms, LR Amazing Hour, CGT, and FRL Racer. So they're now pitting lap 9, which puts Ruben into P1 now. But LR McCrew put in a comment: will we see punctures at the end of the race? Eye emoji. Maybe. I'm not too sure what the tower is. Best bet is to ask Bryn about this. Bryn, do you think that there will be a near puncture near the end of the race if a safety car doesn't deploy? Do you think?
It will be very close. The drivers will be okay, in as fact them hards will go the distance. The drivers that have pitted in already, say for example IFR Relay JT, he is not going to be able to take it to the end because them hards will not do 27 laps. He will end up being in puncture territory by lap, I'd say 20 max. Because you can do, I think, about 20 laps on them tyres maximum before they actually full on delaminate.
Yes, but still, we've still got the very close grid right here. But coming on to lap 10 of 27, once drivers do cross the line a little bit, we do have TTG Guernsey right onto the back of Ruben right now. There's a little tap on the rear there. Very interesting thing I'd like to say is Ruben's using a lot of ERS though to keep this P1. Even though he wanted to box eventually, he's burning a lot, so I'm guessing what he's trying to do is trying to burn as much ERS, because I would reckon he's going to the pits right now, so he will probably be burning all that ERS because he'll regain it all back into the pit lane. So I think what he's trying to do is build a gap from the drivers who have already pit, so he does not get jumped.
He most likely will be pitting in either lap 11 or 12, I'm guessing, off of their mediums onto the hard compound, because the softs, he will not be able to take the mediums to the softs. It is impossible. They will just puncture. As now we do see TTG Gazay actually go past with DRS.
Interesting. Ivor picked up another, not another penalty. He's picked up his first pen, but Benjamin's gotten past him, so I think Ivor had a little bit of a mistake.
No, you were right. It was his second penalty.
Oh right, okay, yeah, because I thought I saw a penalty pop up for him, but yeah, we'll look at the penalties right there. So we've got Ivor on 6, and then you've got IFR Rally. So the rest of the drivers are looking pretty penalty free right now, but we'll keep an eye.
Quickly,
yeah.
V8 Field has said mediums can go for 15 laps, so maybe I was underestimating them, but we'll see probably them, as we do see Ruben and Ace pit in.
Interesting.
That's quite early off the mediums then, from what V8 Field has said.
Very interesting though that they've pit that early. If they can last 15, I'm guessing they're not too confident in themselves that they could last it, because it just maximizes into the tire where you want to get as less tower as possible. So don't tap the curbs that you know that are just going to push the tower way too much. But Venom, the TTG driver, he's picked up a penalty, so it's 3 drivers now with penalties. So
it's very close between Lars and Will right now, Lamp F1.
Oh, he is still in this race. But There's a driver whose pit is Ivor. He's stuck onto the fresh hards. I'm not too sure if I thought I did see Ivor pit earlier, or it was the other ESW driver, but he's pit now. But we do have CGT Lars just breezing past Lamp F1 onto the straight for the DRS, so that was expected. So, any comments on this race so far, Bryn?
There's been some good moves so far, but if it has been boring in its way, the DRS trains have just, they've ruined the racing. I mean, like, I understand DRS is trying to create closer racing, but in some cases at tracks like this, it does ruin it. As there is a yellow flag. Amazing.
Amazing. He's lost his wing completely. I don't know how that happened, but we've got our very first virtual safety car. That's going to be very beneficial to the drivers who just pitted just there. The S2V driver and the TTG driver and ESW Colin. So, very perfect timing for them as they were getting close to their pit box, but that virtual safety car is going to help them a little bit. But did you get any on board on what happened to Amazing?
No, I was currently looking on with Lamp and Lars. Then I saw yellow flag and I just literally snapshotted onto him, and you noticed that his front wing was missing.
So if someone saw in the chat, they could go on about that, but a few of the LR drivers aren't looking too happy in the chat. It's very upsetting, but we've got VRT Pat in the lead right now. I'm guessing he would need to box, but he's still got a long while in the hards, so he'd need to box. Has the top three boxed yet? Do you know?
Yes. No, the top three have not boxed. They started on the hard compound of tyres. So currently, the net piece 1, 2, and 3 is Benjamin, MNT World Rally, and FRL Young Power.
Oh, and an interesting thing that we just completely messed up is that one of the, as we're back again with the racing, S2V Ruben just got a drive-through penalty for speeding under a safety car. So that's not too good for him. He's 16th already, but now he's gonna have to drop down even more positions for the drive-through. But we'll see what Greeny does. He should just stay out. And Pat actually got a drive-through as well. I completely missed that as well. So 2 drivers just got drive-throughs. So that's not looking good for Pat. He's on the hards and he's serving a drive-through. So any comments on the drive-through, Bryn?
These things happen. It's honestly frustrating as a driver when it does happen, but it's something that's part of course, I understand that they're going to want to push their deltas because, of course, you want to lose as little time as possible under virtual safety car, but these things just happen as you just push too much and ruins your race.
Yeah, I've had my very good fair share on this track with a drive-through, especially coming through to turn 6 and 7. I normally just tap on the power just a little bit too much, and then it's just through the exit, it just says the speed in the pit lane. But Greeny picking up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He's actually in P1, obviously due to VRT Pat having to serve a drive-through, but Lamp F1 in P9 right now. Looking like he's got some good pace onto the back of CGT Lars. So Lamp looking like he's doing a very good comeback drive, suffering a little bit of wing damage onto his pit window. Now he's going for a move on CGT. Look, I was watching a complete wrong driver there. It just put me onto another driver, but just keep an eye on the chat. Right. 5-second time penalty for CC Breen speeding in the pit lane.
It's not very good. That could cost him.
The gaps are spreading though between most of the drivers, but CC Breen's fixing some wing damage, so we'll see how that can pan out. Would you like to take over a little bit of commentary, Bryn? As I've talked through 14 laps, I can give you a little good shift of the commentating.
Yep, certainly. I'm straight away going to go onto the board with Andreas, if you could go on board with him, because he is right over the bat of M&T Rally. It's very close between them. Will he be able to... He's very low on ERS, we'll say, though, Andreas. That could cost him down the straight. He does get a good exit. He opens DRS wide open and goes for a plain and simple DRS overtake on World Rally. As also Venom's trying to pick up from this by his catching up to the back of Rally. As also CC Brain has just got past Ace. Straight away off of them on their mediums, much more pace than the Williams driver.
Looking like there's a lot more overtaking going on, like I did say before, the overtake modes can help you through the straights, but if you burn it too much then you'll just derate the power, so you'll just be very vulnerable when it comes to the overtaking. But the drivers,
Venom has now got past World Rally. Oh, that was a little bit of a tap as he's tried holding it up around the outside, trying to make the move stick but cannot. But he will now have DRS, both of them will, and he just does not have enough charge, as Greeny has also come into pit lane, taken them hards off and put the mediums on for the rest of the race, as Andreas is now catching up to FRL Young Power after getting past both Rally and Venom.
Yeah, I was just on board with that there.
Can Andreas put challenge to Young now down the straight? He is very low on ERS. This could cause quite a bit of trouble for him, as Young Power has left him a bit, but he has not got enough power by the looks of things. But he could get it. No, he is not close enough to make a move stick. Sadly for Andreas, he cannot make a move stick, as World Rally's making a move at Venom. Very close between the two drivers, going side by side into the corner before the straight, as Greeny has got past Ace on their medium compound, and he's now trying to catch up to CC Brain, his teammate.
Yeah, it'll be a very interesting fight. Both drivers have got some very fantastic pace between them both.
Pat is about to get past the Williams of Raleigh. Plain and simple move, not even using any of his overtake, 80% available to him. Them medium compounds now going to work a lot better for him than them hards did, as Andreas is only 2/10 from Young Power. Can he get him down this straight, get the traction on their medium compound?
Someone in the chat, Dan Sprint, just said easy win for Ben. The gap is 2.6 seconds though, so...
But Andreas is now being let free from FRO Young Power and now can start the charge onto Ben. As Riley is, he got a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits and multiple warnings. So, looking not very good for the M&T driver of M&T Rally. So,